happens to your title odds when you add Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to your roster? The Clippers now have the best odds to win the NBA championship next season. The Lakers missed out on Kawhi, but they still have the third best odds behind the Clippers and then the Bucks. LeBron's squad has added Anthony Davis, Boogie Cousins, and Danny Green, among others, this offseason. Shannon, I think I know your answer to this, but who do you think's the better team right now, the Lakers or the Clippers?
Lakers. I thought they did a great job scrambling, Skip, once they came to the realization that they were not going to get Kawhi Leonard. I thought they did a marvelous job to get KCP back, Quinn Cook. They got Rondo, Caruso. I just love what they did. I like Boogie. I think Boogie, another year of training, he'll be back. Because it's normally, Skip, not the first year after the surgery. It's the second year that we see the guy, and I believe Boogie will get back. He's anxious to prove that he still can play at a very high level, and he's still an upper-tier big man. Anthony Davis, again, I will ask anybody, tell me the general manager that's going to take Paul George over Anthony Davis. He's a 25-12 career guy with 2.2 blocks. He's a great two-way player also. And, of course, the king. Not to diminish Kawhi. Kawhi is special. He's the best two-way player in the game. He's a top 2, top 3 player. But I'm not taking him over LeBron. So we got a better duo. I believe we're deeper now. I believe we are a better team. JaVale can rim run, can block shots. Now, we might not be the defensive team because they tried out Pat Beverly. We know what he does on ball. Paul George, we know what he can do on ball, and he gave you 28 last year. And Kawhi, the best two-way player, can lock down basically 1 through 4 and can go get you 26. So defensively, they might be a little ahead of where we are. But from top to bottom, I'll take us. Anthony Davis had his best year with Rajon Rondo. LeBron James is on a mission. Everybody, LeBron. Now you watch. You're asking for choice. See, you wanted they want everybody. The NBA wanted these problems. Well, I like it. It's parity now. You're not gonna like these problems that we're gonna cause. We about to get an NBA 100 headaches.
So you still got the super team, right?
Yeah. We ain't going nowhere. We still got the best duo. Paul George and Kawhi. If you like Kimber, Jason Tatum, whomever you like, I don't care. You like Jimmy Butler and Dragic, you like Dame Lillard and CJ, you like Jokic and I don't care. We got the best 2 players going.
So you got the big 3 now. You got LeBron and AD and Danny Green.
I ain't even, hold on, whoa. Did I mention Kuz? Did I mention the guy that gave you that idea? Kuz.
He's going to be your 6th man, right?
Whatever role we need him to fill in, he's going to fill it in.
I give you, Rob Pelinka scrambled nicely. I'm not going to say marvelously, but nicely. He did the best he could do under the circumstances that he got stealth bombed into by number 2 on Friday night, because I'm sure that would just shell shock for them.
Yes.
And it was like, oh my God, now what? And they must have had a long sleepless night Friday night into Saturday morning because they had to scramble like mad. And again, I wanted my Spurs to go get DeMarcus Cousins. I don't love him on defense because he doesn't play a lot of defense. And I'm assuming that Pop said, I just can't do that. And my Spurs rallied nicely, too, with Marcus Morris and DeMarre Carroll, so I'm good with that.
Y'all played a premium penny for those guys, too, now.
Well, okay, we did, but we might be the deepest team in the West right now. I can't do top-heavy, but I can do bottom-heavy all the way through middle-heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened when the stealth bomb dropped on Friday night, to your point, parity just echoed across the West. The door swung wide open for the first time since the Golden State dynasty began, right?
Yes.
So now you can make cases for a lot of teams, but I will give you Lakers, Clippers, a little bit at the top, just slightly better than a Utah team that I am not sleeping on right now, just slightly better. And now if you make me choose between those 2, I'm going to give the Clippers a very slight edge because of defense and killer closer. They have Lou Williams and you don't. And I will be the first to say I did not love the way Lou Williams closed the season for them because he had chances in game 4 and 6 in his house, which is Staples, against Golden State in round 1 when they had them on the ropes and he came up smaller than he is in the fourth quarters or in the whole game of game 6 when he shot 3 for 21. I did not love that. but he is still a clutch killer closer that I don't think the Lakers have. That's just me, but I don't completely trust LeBron or AD or whoever. Maybe Kuzma turns into that guy. He's got a chance, but so far I don't see that. And on defense, you don't have only one best two-way player in basketball. You got the two best two-way players in basketball, because I can right now make a case Paul George is a little better two-way player than number 2 is, because, again, he had 2 banged-up shoulders and he didn't shoot it that well in the playoffs, but he led this league in steals this year. He was first-team all-defense.
And had a career-high 8 rebounds.
8 rebounds? Are you kidding me? And he had a career high in points scored, and a career high in assists, and a career high in PER and win shares and all that. He had a fantastic year, and we're about to talk about Russell Westbrook and what that did to him. But the point is that just on defense, if you throw Patrick Beverley in between those two, he is a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and he is simply the best point guarder. Yeah, you can't get a better one than him.
Nope.
You can't get a tougher one. He is just tenacious. He's a pit bull of a defender. So when those 3 are across the line, when you're trying to bring the ball up, you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
But I don't, to your point, how many games will number 2 play? I have no idea.
I mean,
did he negotiate in 41 out of 82? Well, I don't know. Maybe.
What he negotiated in is that when I don't feel well, I'm going to take it off.
I'm out.
The back-to-backs are probably out. Skip, look, and you make concessions. When you want something, you're like, okay, I want my medical staff. I want 3 guys here and I want 4 guys there. Steve Ballmer's worth about $41 billion. No problem. Look, Doc, there'll be days I'm not going to walk through practice. I'm not doing that. Some back-to-backs, I'm not doing that. You make those concessions. Skip, not to get too far off track. Can you imagine? Indiana drafted both of these guys, Paul George and Kawhi.
Well, they could have.
Can you imagine what they've been
in? They have been quoted the insiders have been quoted as saying that once they knew they had agreed to the trade with the Spurs, once it looked like number 2 was still sitting there going toward 15, they thought about rescinding the trade. Yeah, you could have had them both then. Clippers got them both now.
Again, though, Skip, Kawhi has a history, and we're going to see how many games he played. He played, 60 games last year. Will he play that number this year? Paul George has had shoulder surgery on both shoulders. Now, there's a lot of speculation that he might not start the season. Okay, so what does that do for Kawhi? But all said and done, Skip, give me Bron. Give me AD and give me that roster. Yeah, they're a little older, but Danny Green was second in three-point shooting. That's what he was. He was second in all of the NBA. And he's not the defensive guy that he once was, but he'll still play very good defense. Anthony Davis is no slouch.
Nope, he's no slouch.
KCP is not the lockdown, but he can knock down shots, and he plays a little D. And that's what you need. You need guys that can space the floor, because LeBron and AD going to do their work. And then if we can get a 85% Boogie, good night, Irene.
How'd it work out when Boogie played with AD, old friends that they are from Kentucky roots and back to that program? What happened when they played together?
They had some big games.
Here and there.
Yeah.
The Twin Towers.
Twin Towers.
But you know what?
But
here's the thing. The question is that they're going to have to figure out, is it better to go JaVale, AD, and then bring Boogie off the bench, or do you start Boogie at the 5 and the AD? So that's a great problem to have. You got a guy that's a career 21 and 10 guy. A guy last 6 years, he was like 25 and 12. How do you play this out? But that's a great problem to have. What do you do with Kuzma? Do you start LeBron at the point and go Danny Green, Kuzma, AD, JaVale, Boogie? Or do you bring Boogie off the bench and go LeBron, Rondo, Danny Green, JaVale, AD? Great problem to have.
The other problem you have is LeBron James is entering his 17th NBA season.
No problem
and he's got high mileage, and he suffered his first significant injury last year. And it really cost him the whole back. It really, from December 25th on, he was never LeBron James.
Okay.
Right?
I give you that, yes.
All right. So does he bounce back? You think he could have a bounce back, almost an MVP candidate?
That's what I'm calling.
And in fact, now that you don't have number 2 in the way, does that open the door for him to be the MVP?
Yeah.
Okay.
You predicting? He's going to be a favorite. Oh, yeah, he's going to be a favorite.
He's the favorite?
I said he's going to be, he one of the guys. Oh, absolutely.
One of the guys.
Yeah, he one of the guys.
Would you
Top
predict
guys.
right now that he would win it?
It's going to be hard for him. I can see if they get to 50, I said 56 games, you and I got a couple of cases doing that. We get to 56, yeah, we got that thing in the bag.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What, we bet like 20 cases that they're going to win the championship next year?
Yep. I know I said that we got Kawhi.
Oh, that was an if?
Yeah, we got Kawhi.
I don't remember an if on that one.
Yeah,
there was an asterisk.
Yeah, we got Kawhi.
I thought that was made just with AD. I don't remember.
We don't have Kawhi, Skip.
Okay.
But I love what we got.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to be satisfied with what you have, Skip Bayless.
Okay. And yeah, back to the Clippers and their defense, they even have an ex-Laker, Big Zoo, that you love. Big Zubots.
I did love.
That they stole at the trade deadline for Mike Muscala, right? Is that going to go down in history as one of those?
What the hell is Mike Muscala now?
I don't know. I have no idea. He's not a Laker anymore. So Big Zoo, they just gave him a lot of money. I think they gave
4
him
years,
like
$28 million.
28, so $7 million a year, right? And
but I told you he was a free agent. I thought we was going to get it back.
Well, he was restricted, so they had the first shot, and he took it, so they're good to go. So he's going to be their rim protector and their postman if they need. In the playoffs, see, they didn't need it. They didn't play him much against Golden State.
Yeah, it's hard.
Golden State would go.
Yeah, because they got Draymond. He didn't, that's not a good matchup for him.
So do you have maybe a little more depth than the Clippers do? Maybe just a little bit. They got Shamet, obviously. They still got Mo Harkless coming off the bench with, obviously, Lou and Montrezl.
I think they signed JaMychal Green.
I
think so, too. Yeah, I think they will.
So the point is that everybody now has a chance. And I look at the playoff teams from last year, and only one of them just fell off the map, and that's the Thunder. That's the only one. And again, I made a case that your Pelicans might have a shot at the 8th seed. Now it's going to be really difficult because Utah is right there with the Clippers and Lakers.
Right.
And when you have Donovan Mitchell, I do think you have a killer clutch closer.
Yeah.
And he's only going to get nothing but better with Mike Conley, where he doesn't have to handle it so much.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Pelicans, Skip, because Houston, even though with all their bickering, they're still a 50-plus win team.
And listen, don't write off Golden State. Don't write them off. Once Clay comes back full tilt, which I think it'll be in March, maybe for the playoffs, then they're going to be a factor. Denver is just, they're just going to get more experience. And Jamal Murray is a closer. I think he's clutch as anybody. And then Portland's still going to be Portland. They're going to win a lot of regular season games, not postseason.
They're not poor.
And then again, I still like my Spurs with DeJounte Murray coming back at point guard. I still think they're going to be a factor and could be a contender in this group with this more wide open. So that one stealth bomb that dropped Friday night opened the West up for come one, come all.
No, actually didn't. Actually didn't.
No.
It only gave a lot of people false hope.
Really?
Yep.
It's like you had all last week?
Yeah. They gave me false hope. You know what I'm saying, Skip? It's like my grandma got that bonus. I actually thought I was going to get something better for Christmas, or I wasn't. That was to go pay bills.
Okay.
Yeah, so the lights would be on, so the Christmas tree lights would be on. It wasn't going to get me any more toys. So all that did, it shifted. Oh, so now the Clippers are a viable championship caliber team. But the rest, they just pretending, Skip. They just pretending. Yeah, they playing dress up. They playing dress up. They got on heels and lipstick and a wig, but they're not going nowhere.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Excellent points, gentlemen. A lot of analysts making cases for 8 to 10 teams, which makes it fun. It's going to be an interesting season to watch. All right, speaking of interesting, how about this one, guys? Russell Westbrook now wants out of OKC, according to Woj. This news comes on the heels of Paul George demanding the trade from the Thunder to join Kawhi with the Clippers. George is the second superstar to leave Westbrook in the last few years. KD, of course, signed with Golden State back in 2016. By the way, the Thunder have lost in the first round of the playoffs for 3 straight years. So, Shannon, what does all of this say about Russ?
It's hard for you to look at it and say this is not an indictment on Russ, Skip.
Yep.
Guys are leaving saying I have a better chance to win elsewhere